Hi, and welcome to the NordStellar Demo. I'm going to show you how you can use our platform to see your organization's security posture from the attacker's perspective. We'll look at how NordStellar consolidates dark web, data breach, attack surface intelligence, and brand protection so you can stay ahead of threats before they ever hit your organization. To get started, you need to add your company details to the platform. To do that, head to the Assets tab, click Add Asset, and enter your domain. NordStellar will then auto-discover your existing subdomains, IPs, and organizational emails. You can also add additional assets such as phone numbers or the personal emails of your organization's executives to stay ahead of any dark web activity targeting your leadership. The Overview tab is where you get the big picture. You'll see graphs and metrics that show your external security posture at a glance. If something catches your attention, such as a critical data leak or impersonation, click on it to see the full details. Inside the Leaked Data section, the Metrics tab breaks down your exposure by domain. It shows you exactly how many employees or customers are affected and where the leak came from, whether it was a malware infection, a data breach, or a combo list. To review what exactly was leaked, we can go in-depth into the Employee and Consumer tabs. The Employees tab is categorized into malware infections, data breaches, and combo lists. Moving to the Malware Infections tab, you'll find a list of all detected malware logs containing your employee emails. You can sort these by risk level or filter by date, a functionality that is available across most platform tabs. From here, you can view specific metrics such as the risk level, the type of data stolen, and the date of discovery. When you click an event, you get a complete look at the leak and the types of data exposed, including cookies, credentials, and files, plus technical details like the hardware ID and system name. This information makes it much easier to track down exactly which company device is infected, so you can isolate it immediately. It also helps you spot if an employee's personal device was compromised while they were logged into a company account. Once you start investigating an event, you can update its status to in remediation or resolved, so your team knows it's being handled. The Data Breaches tab shows you when your company's info appears in a known breach. You can click into any event to see which organization emails and passwords were exposed. Finally, there's the Combo Lists tab, where you can check if specific employees at your organization have had their credentials leaked in mass online data dumps. The Consumers tab shows you credentials stolen from malware-infected devices that were used to log into your company pages. For example, if you own an e-commerce store or provide governmental services, and consumers' login credentials to your website are leaked and posted on the dark web, they would appear here in this window. This is a huge advantage because it lets you force a password reset for those consumers before their accounts are taken over or their info is sold on the dark web. To automate this process, you may use our Dark Web API to integrate consumer data leak intelligence into your event management platforms or directly into your website's login flows. The Dark Web Search module lets you search the dark web safely by proxy, without needing to join sketchy Telegram groups or risk accessing Tor or Onion yourself. It's perfect for finding mentions of your company, executives, or internal projects. Moreover, you can utilize the search for monitoring events related to your vendors or partners, and include this data in your vendor assessment or supply chain monitoring processes. Let's look at a quick example. I'll type NordStellar into the search. The results come in instantly, and we can start looking through them. Luckily, there are no mentions of NordStellar in ransomware groups where hackers talk about attack plans. There's also nothing in the Marketplace tab, which is where threat actors sell stolen data. We do see a few mentions of NordStellar on forums and Telegram posts, though. We can investigate the content and the source to see if there's any actual risk to the company. Brand protection is one of the key NordStellar uses to investigate potential risks. The Domain Squatting module is where you'll find sites trying to impersonate your brand. NordStellar flags these based on how similar they look to your real site, checking everything from the URL structure to the overall visual design. Click on a site to see if it is actually a threat. You'll see an AI summary that explains exactly why it was flagged. You can also look at a preview of the site, see where it's being hosted, and check the redirect paths to verify it for yourself. Once you're sure a site is malicious, you have two options. First, you can use our recommendations to report it to the hosting provider yourself. Alternatively, you can let us handle it. We offer a takedown service where we manage the entire process for you. To start the process, click the status and select Takedown. Next, let's look at Attack Surface Management. Here, you scan your external infrastructure to find vulnerabilities from a hacker's perspective. To get started, head to the Scans tab. You can run our 3 predefined scans or build your own. If you click New Scan, you can pick a scan type, like application, DNS, or network, and give it a name. You can schedule the scan to run automatically, say every Monday, and choose whether to scan everything or just specific IP addresses. Once those scans are done, the Surface tab gives you a full map of your digital footprint. It maps your web apps, network services, IP addresses, technologies, SSL certificates, and domains. It gives you visibility on data such as the validity of SSL certificates and domain statuses, so you have an SPF evaluation, DMARC evaluation, and other security indicators. Finally, the Vulnerabilities tab is where you manage the identified risks. In this example, there are over 17,000 vulnerabilities, with 6 of them marked as critical. Let's filter them to evaluate. If you open this event, DNS vulnerability, you get the full picture. Description of the vulnerability, which in this case is email spoofing, the impact it could have, and actionable remediation guidance on how to fix it. The Settings tab is where you customize how NordStellar works for you. You can set up alerts to be sent directly to your email, or use a webhook to push them to apps like Slack or Teams. If you want to feed this data into your SIEM or SOAR platforms, you can easily set up our API integration. The Settings tab is where you manage your organization. You can view your data exports, track billable asset usage, and organize your work into projects for better visibility. IDP integration adds more focus to the whole setup. Connecting your identity provider, it allows you to automatically filter out old leaks from former employees, so you're only focusing on the most relevant risks. Ultimately, NordStellar is a 4-in-1 platform, consolidating dark web, data breach, attack surface, and brand protection intelligence. It gives you a real-time overview of your security from the attacker's perspective, drawing from one of the largest dark web intelligence pools to ensure your insights are actually accurate. NordStellar helps verify infrastructure threats and prioritizes risks across all modules, so you can immediately focus on the most critical threats. It's designed to be simple so you can immediately start securing your employees, consumers, and entire infrastructure without the usual complexity. Know what hackers know. Protect your business before the threats escalate. Book a personalized demo using your own company's exposure, or start a free trial at nordstellar.com.